Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I miss you so bad. I feel like life kind of hit everyone so hard all at once and things have just been crazy, as I'm sure you know. But I'm so happy to be back. I wanted to get on here and talk about a few things that I've been doing to help me navigate depression and help me prevent falling into like a deeper depression, because I'll be honest with you, from when I was like 15, I think, is the first time I kind of got a little bit of depression, and then it just kind of like comes and goes in waves since then. But I feel like I've learned a few things, and I went to therapy for a while. And I also want to preface this right now, I'm not a therapist. This is just things that I've learned along the way, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. And if you do have the ability to get in therapy, I think it's a really helpful tool, but it can be expensive. So this lighting is a little bit crazy, but it's the best I could find, so we're just going to have to deal with it. But anyways, basically for like the last, like, I want to say 6.5, maybe 7 years, I have kind of dealt with depression and anxiety in different seasons, and it's very much a seasonal thing. Like, it comes and goes in waves, and there are a few things that I have learned how to kind of prevent it along the way. But I just want to say, like, it is so normal. And for me, I'm very much a person who, when I'm going through it, I don't like to tell people. I don't like to burden other people, because I'm like, oh, like, they're going through their own things. I don't want to put stress onto them. So I try to just deal with it by myself. And I don't think it's the most healthy thing. And that's where a therapist really helps, because you don't feel like you're burdening them, because you're literally paying to talk to them about your problems. But anyway, so that's a little background. Let's get into the tips now that I've been yapping for a minute. First things first, I know you're not going to want to hear this, but get off your damn phone, okay? I swear, in the moment it can be so addicting, and especially when things are happening that maybe feel out of your control and you're starting to feel a little bit more sad and getting like a few more like thoughts, or whatever your situation may be. It might be so easy to just get on your phone, and I know, because this has happened to me so many times. But if you like get on your phone and like you get sucked into social media, and then you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, by the end of the night, like when you're like trying to put your phone down and like go to bed or get in the shower, I feel like it just makes it so much worse, because your like mind is numb, first of all, from everything that you've been scrolling on. But then you just feel like just sad and just empty. And I feel like it honestly just makes me fall into depression a little bit faster. So when I notice that I'm starting to show signs that I might be falling back into depression, or something's happening, I'm feeling completely out of control, I'm like, okay, I need to take a step back from my phone. But if you do need to distract yourself, I don't think it's an issue. And that's where I'll watch like longer YouTube videos or a movie, because it can be really distracting, but I don't feel like it just sucks you in and down like a hole, where you're like wasting hours and hours and hours on your life on social media, just scrolling from one video to the next to the next to the next. And I don't think it's a bad thing to, if you need a little escape, if you need to take your mind off something, go watch a movie or something. I feel like that is completely fine. I feel like it's a good balance. Second thing, when you feel like you're ready, I think journaling is so powerful. And a few things that I'll journal about is like, what am I feeling? And then I'll like identify, where am I feeling it in my body? If it was a color, what color would it be? If it was a shape, what shape would it be? If it had a name, what would its name be? Like, I'll literally be naming things and just be like, identify everything and sit with it and feel all parts of it. And if you need to cry, cry. If you need to scream, scream. Like, do whatever your body needs to do to process the emotion. And just identifying it and understanding it, I feel like helps release it in a sense. So that's one of my favorite things to do when I'm journaling, if I'm feeling like really overwhelmed or like processing a big emotion. If I'm starting to feel really anxious and just like out of my body, breath work has been super fun. I usually do like the box work. So you do like in for 4, hold for 4, out for 8, and then hold for 4, in for 4. I think that's what it is. Or maybe it's like 4 4 4 4. But then I also have recently started doing breathe in for 4, hold for 6, let out for 8, and I really like that one as well. But there's so many different breath work exercises you can do, and like you can find on YouTube, which I think is super helpful. I feel like breath work, at least for me, just helps me come back into my body, and helps me, like, especially if I'm feeling anxiety, helps me just be like, okay, like, I can handle this, and like regulates my nervous system. Like, I literally love doing it. Even if I'm not super anxious, I like to do it just to make sure that I'm regulated, because I feel like I'm lucky enough that I don't get super, super, super crazy anxiety. It's more like the depression part. But if I do start to feel anxious, that's a good one. Probably the best piece of advice I can give you in this video is to create very solid routines. I love a good routine. So if it's like a morning routine, night routine, a coffee routine, a shower routine, your fitness routine, whatever you do every single day, create a routine around it that you enjoy, that brings you peace, that brings you back to your body. I feel like it just gives you such a good sense of control in these seasons where maybe you feel like you're out of control, or maybe you feel like things are just spiraling and things are hard. If you can fall back on these routines, I feel like one, it gives you like a foundation of like, okay, you're still taking care of yourself, you are still doing the things you need to do, you're still maintaining your home, you're still maintaining your body, you're still like working out, all of the things, but it gives you like this sense of control. I do have a little bit of control issues, so maybe that's why I love routines so much, but they're just so good, and I love to just have specific routines for specific days, and you can make it as detailed or as simple as you would like. That's the beauty about a routine. It is completely yours, and you get to decide what happens when, and it's yours. And I feel like if you take pride in your routines and you stick to your routines, it just helps you so much when all of the different seasons of life are happening. To have like that solid foundation is so, so huge. Anyways, I'm obsessed with routines, if you could not tell. Maybe I should do like a little video of like all of my little routines. That would be so fun, actually. Next, every single day, I want you to go on a walk with no headphones. And if you're like, okay, I cannot get into my thoughts that much, then another thing I really like to do is go on a color walk. So I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna look for as many things that are yellow today, or I'm going to look for a specific plant today. I'm gonna see how many palm trees I can count today, and kind of look for things in nature, because it like brings awareness to the things that are around you. And I don't know, it always just ends up calming my mind. But I do just love a good walk every single morning with no headphones to start my day, because I think it's so peaceful. And I feel like the people that are out first thing in the morning on their walks, they're always so nice, and you just have the best interactions. It's a good time. And lastly, organize a specific part of your house. I feel like organizing, even if it's just like one drawer in your kitchen, or maybe the things in your shower, or you clean your car, doing something to bring order back to your home, bring order back to your life, do something that will make tomorrow's life easier, I feel like helps so much. And I don't even know exactly what it is, but when I start to get a little bit sad, I'll like start cleaning, and then I feel a million times better. I kind of have to force myself to do this one though sometimes, because if I get a little bit too sad, then I will not want to move, and I'm like, that's the last thing I actually want to do. Why would I do that? But if you just push yourself to do even one small task to make your life a little bit easier and more peaceful, it goes such a long way. Anyways, that's all I have for today. I hope you are taking good care of yourself. I love you guys so, so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.